Hi everyone, I'm Maddie. Welcome back to Off the Record. As I said in the last episode, I'm kind of doing this rebrand where I tell crazy, embarrassing, and just wild stories that I've lived and some of the life lessons that I've learned through that. So this week's episode is about how the time I hooked up with my ex almost killed my dog. And I think you can imagine the life lesson in this one. So I was on again, off again with this one guy. We were together for a couple of years, went to college, broke up, did the whole breakup thing, saw other people, was dating around. Then when we were both single again, we started seeing each other again, and that was not gonna work because it'll never work. I can't stress that enough. Just stop going back. So we ended things again, and the second time we ended things, we were just no contact at all. I don't even think my friends know this story. We didn't tell people when we got back together. We didn't tell people anything. I don't know. I don't know who knows what. I do know what my mom knows though. So pretty much we were no contact for a year and a half, probably. I want to say. We were no contact for a really long time, and we went to this party and we chatted it up, things are going well, and we just became friends because we were seeing each other all the time because we were both at home, and we thought, let's have some casual sex. We're horny kids. It's fine. We made it very clear, no strings attached. We honestly did that whole thing right. I was surprised, I can't lie, because I normally, up until this year, I don't think I could have done that. It's over, so I knew that. We were just fucking. And I have never had a man at my house before. I've never hooked up with a man at my house before. It's just never been something I've done. I'm this with my fam. We have fam rules. No one's allowed upstairs with their significant other. No significant others aren't allowed to sleep over. I was also really young when I had a boyfriend. So it was just there was never anything that was going to happen in my house. But now that I'm older, I was home alone for the weekend and I was horny. That's just what it comes down to. So I snuck this guy into my house and we hooked up. And when we were hooking up, obviously we used protection, and when he threw away the condom and I went to clean myself up, I was like, where'd you throw away the condom? It's not in the trash. And he was like, what do you mean? I threw it in the trash. It wasn't in the trash. My dog ate the condom. My stomach is growling there. It wasn't in the trash, and pretty much I look down and I see my dog and I'm like, there's no chance my dog ate the condom. That'd be crazy, right? That'd be crazy. The one time I have sex in my own house, my dog is going to eat the fucking condom. Op number one, why would you do that? Why would you do that? My dog liked this guy. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So I'm freaking out because I'm like, maybe my dog, I'm not thinking he ate it. I'm thinking he maybe played with it and hid it somewhere. I don't know. That's what was going through my mind. I'm tearing up the house. I'm like, where the fuck is this condom? I can't find it. I searched for probably an hour. Where? Nowhere to be found. I call my friend at the time and I'm like, yo, mind you, man's is still here. I call my friend, I'm like, dude, you would not believe it. Fucked my ex, my dog ate the condom. I don't know where it went. And he was like, he didn't eat the condom. You would know if he ate the condom. He'd be choking or pooping or whatever. He wasn't. So I gave my dog a crazy treat that I know gives him poops. Okay? I did a bad thing. I tried to get him to poop. If he ate the condom, he would have pooped it out. No. My parents were away. I was taking my dog out so much to make sure if he pooped, I would be there. I needed to see that he pooped. 2 days go by, me walking the dog consistently. My parents are not back, by the way. I've been walking my dog consistently. They have no idea something's up. And I'm tripping balls, okay? I'm tripping balls. And no condoms come out after 2 days. So I'm like, it's probably just hidden somewhere in the house, and it'll be a really funny story, and that's if they find it, right? So my best friends from school, they come up for a weekend, and they had no idea I was seeing my ex because they would have beat the shit out of me, okay? Going back once, hooking up twice after the breakup, that's not okay, bro. And that's what we did. So I am freaking out. We went out for drinks. We met up with some friends. And when I got drunk, I told them, I was like, guys, I'm really worried that my dog ate a condom. And they're like, Maddie, what? And I was like, I think he would have pooped it out by now, but I really don't know. Like, I can't find a condom. I hooked up with my ex, and now the condom's not there, and we used a condom, so I'm confused. And it was, like, funny. They're like, Maddie, like, I can't even blame you for going back. And I was like, guys, that's not the problem. The problem is the condom is gone. We come back. We're drunk as fuck. We go to sleep probably at, like, 3 a.m., 4 a.m.-ish. I don't know. A knock on the door happens 3 hours later. I'm, like, still not sober, bro. Like, I'm, like, still, like, I'm literally dead. I'm dead asleep when my mom walks into my room. So my mom sits me down on the bed, and she goes, Maddie, do you want to explain why I pulled a condom out the dog's ass this morning? I'm still drunk. I'm like, shut up. This is, like, the worst situation. My friends are all here in the room next door, and my mom found the condom. My dog shat out the condom. Thank God my dog is okay and he pooped it out and, like, wasn't, like, dying of an illness, like, didn't need, like, surgery or something. Like, it could have been really bad. But my dog ate the condom and pooped it out for my mom. I had been so careful walking my dog, making sure that I'd be the one to find it if he shat it out. Fucking op of the century, bro. And I had to explain to my mom that, no, I'm not a virgin. And, yes, that is my ex-boyfriend's condom. And I had to then go on a walk once my friends left with her and explain to my mom. Do you know how embarrassing it is to explain to your mother that you can have casual sex with someone with no strings attached and it just be like you're horny? She was like, you're not going to marry him. You can't do that. Why would you do this to yourself? You can't get back together with him. This is bad. I was like, Mom, I know these things. Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to have sex. And she was like, Maddie, like, that's, like, no. And it was so embarrassing. When this whole thing happened, it was, like, a funny moment. Like, when this happened, obviously I told him, I was like, bro, like, you would not believe the morning I've had. Like, Gizmo, he shat out the condom and my mommy found it. Like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh my God, that's hysterical. He thought it was funny. He didn't have to deal with the repercussions and the embarrassment of my mother knowing that I've had sex and that my dog hit the condom. You know what's also embarrassing? Mom, I don't know if you're listening to this episode. I honestly hope you aren't. But if you are, this is a PSA. When I lost my virginity, Mom, we made Christmas puppets. This sounds so embarrassing. We had, like, a date beforehand where we made, like, an arts and craft Christmas craft. And then we had sex for the first time after that, Mom. And you use it as the centerpiece. A centerpiece and a Christmas decoration every single year. And I've tried to throw it away now for the past, 4 years. 4 years. I even brought it to my aunt's hospital thinking we won't get it back, and you brought the puppets home. Those are my virginity puppets. I've been trying to leave those behind, like, since that incident. Like, we don't need that as public display in our house. My sister knows about it, okay? Amanda knows about the puppets, and every time we see them, we laugh out loud because what the fuck? Why is my virginity the centerpiece of our kitchen table? I'm sorry. I had to get that out of my system. But yeah, so the moral of this week's episode is don't sleep with your ex. It could kill your dog. They're an ex for a reason, even if they're a good guy. Like, there's nothing inherently bad about my ex. I just, like, you shouldn't be hooking up with your ex, but at the same time, like, you're only young once. Like, I get it. Like, if you're a teenager, if you're in your 20s, like, it's like you have to get it out of your system. And there's nothing wrong with going back to an ex over and over and over again until you know it's done. I for surezies know it's over. And I think that the condom was, like, specifically a sign from the gods, like, Maddie, stop. And it worked. I'd like to thank my dog for publicly humiliating me in front of my family and friends, and for being okay. Yeah, this was, like, the most embarrassing story of my life. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of Off the Record. This was definitely a story that is off the record. And I can't wait to share more with you guys next week. If you like this podcast, please make sure to rate it 5 stars. It'll really help boost me in the algorithm. And yeah, thanks for listening. I will see you guys next week. Bye.